Phoenix Feather Gaming is not intended for kids. Phoenix herself likes to go on long tangents about more adult-oriented things in her life and tends to curse a lot. Even if the game showcased is for a younger audience, Phoenix is playing it for her own nostalgia's sake and will still talk about these things. Viewer discretion is advised. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Phoenix Feather Gaming. I am your host, Phoenix, and I thought we would start off this little escapade with one of my favorite games, just to kind of hang out with or play around with, Wobbledogs! Who doesn't love a good wobbly dog? So a lot of this will just be me playing games and talking about what's going on in my life at the moment. I really hope you enjoy this, and don't worry if this isn't your thing, I will have other games to play, and maybe even my friends will come and join me here and there. But I think this is going to be fun. So let's start. I'm going to start a new save for this. PFG, Phoenix Feather Gaming. And we're going to play some Wobbledogs! Welcome to Wobbledogs. This is a sandbox game where you can raise your own little hive of mutated pups. Look at them, just poking out from behind the screen. Aren't they cute? Let's go over a few basic concepts before we turn you loose. First, let's go ahead and get you a dog to play with. And there's our Wobble Dog. Fresh dog. It's like getting a pack of eggs, but dogs. What should we... Bingo Hop. That's a dumb name, but it's a dumb game. Dumb as in I really love it. Anyway, congratulations on your new pup. Now that you got a dog, let's learn about the dog's storage screen. There they go again. It's a little doghouse. Great. This screen gives you an overview of all the dogs you own and lets you choose which ones are in the world at any given time. If a dog ever accidentally ends up being removed from the world, this is where it'll end up. So this is just where all the dogs go. It's a little doghouse. Being born is hungry work. Build a food dispenser and use it to feed your new pup. Easy peasy. So we just go into build mode. For the record, I have played this game before. I'm just going through the tutorial for the benefit of people who may have never played this game or even never heard of this game. So we're gonna feed the dog. And it looks like all we can feed them is little blue and orange pellets at the moment. Here, you want it? I love just... Oops. Here you go. Oh, looks like your dog's ready to pupate. Or maybe it's pupate, considering the dog theming. Click on them to bring up the context menu and then press the pupate button. Also, if you haven't figured it out yet, you can move the camera. Yeah, I am aware. I used to play this game on an old... What was it? An old Lenovo. That was once my cousin's. Oh, and by the way, if you pet the cocoon, it increases their chance to mutate more dramatically. You don't even have to wait for them to go all the way up if you don't want. But yeah, I used to play this on an old Lenovo that was my cousin's, and I had to play it on, like... Basically, everything looked like it was smeared with Vaseline. Well done! Dogs pupate several times throughout their lives. The foods they eat will influence their mutations. Now let's have you build an incubator. Incubators let you hatch fertilized dog eggs. Now that's a sentence. I'm probably gonna make that my next jokey Steam name. Fertilized dog egg. I used to play TF2 a lot, and when I did, I always had really stupid, jokey, nonsense names. Anyway, we're gonna hatch a dog egg, and Bingo Hop's going to do whatever it is he's doing. Ding! We gotta think of a dumb name for this guy too. Thinky. Maybe the random name generator will give me some ideas. Donut. I was trying to do like a dog pun, like dog nut, but then that just sounds weird. I like you know what? We'll just go with that. Misha's their name. 2 more things. If you're holding an object, you can press delete to destroy it. This works on dogs too, but they won't get destroyed. They'll just go to your doghouse. And don't forget to save often, because it will only autosave when you travel to breeding mode. Yeah, I've actually completely forgotten that this game does not autosave sometimes. In order to save, you have to bring up the menu and hit save game. So let's just lock it in. And I thought It's Chivos! The greatest way to keep a person's attention. We got another dog, Randy. He's kind of like the mascot for this game, I feel. It's kind of, you know, because he's just your default dog. Ground, Ivy. Holy moly. I'm gonna... What do you mean you don't want to do that? I want you to dig. Do it. Why aren't you digging? So the idea is when they do something you like, much like how you train a normal dog, you praise them. And I like to have a lot of digger dogs because you can get things. You can get things from them digging things up. Weed mix. If I wanted weeds, I could just go into my backyard and get some. There's a lot of nettles back there. I'm gonna have to fix that eventually, but it's too damn cold. I can't do it right. Are they sitting? They sit! Good dog! They sit. They apparently really like the dirt clump. This is the gut flora. I know what this does. However, though I have played this game, I have not 100%ed it. At least not since it was updated last. So this is going to be semi-blind. This is just kind of the flora they normally have, and then there's this. It's orange. I don't want the adult dog to mess with the cocoon because the cocoon has... Oh, they're digging too. Adult dogs are harder to train. I guess it's even true in real life. You know, can't teach an old dog new tricks. Oh, and that's another use for dirt. That is going to be a dog den, provided I can find enough dirt to make it. You can either let the dogs do it, or you can drag over dirt clumps yourself. You can also have them bury things if you want to keep them somewhere, but personally I don't see the point. You can just kind of keep them in your toy box and stuff. Buddy, I asked you to bury this. You're going the wrong way. Good job. And you can always have them dig it back up, which I'm going to have him do because we need that dirt for the house they're building. Although, I'll be honest, I've never seen that method of digging. Like, digging while you're somewhat on your side. Oh, we got flowers. Such pretty, pretty flowers. I do know that you can force feed them. And they're very likely to puke when you do this. And when they puke, they lose a lot of their gut flora. But as you can see, due to feeding them a chrysalis, we got this. It can also be found in other places, and also, like, there's just a... Your dog, or at least Wobbledogs, they can eat pretty much about everything. It's actually kind of concerning. And I think another thing that that chrysalis flora does is that it likes to attach to whatever other flora is in here and boost their power a bit. It's actually really handy. I want to make sure Misha here grows up to be a really good digger. Because digging is good. Remember that, children. If ever you're out in the mud... Hey, see? Look, we got flowers. That's... I forgot about that. So, when you've been taking good care of your dogs and they're happy and they're adults, they produce capsules and they look like eggs. So you get stuff from them. Like we just got a lava lamp. Very, very 1980s. But yeah, this is generally how it starts. It starts off pretty boring. But as we do more episodes of this, different things will happen, and we'll have dogs with weird mutations to the point where they don't even really look like dogs anymore. I can tell you that for free. Oh, sorry, Bingle. Sorry, Bingle. I'm just trying to help. Looks like Misha is eating a pellet. Couldn't eat the whole thing, though. I believe puppies and young dogs also have a chance of dropping their own teeth when they eat something. Also, pellets are not the only thing we can feed them. We could give them burritos, French fries, and we unlock the rest later. So, I want a long dog. So we're just gonna have a fuck ton of French fries, just entirely too many. And so they don't fill up on things we don't want them to, except for like Bingle Hop here, because like he's already grown, he's not gonna mutate anymore. He can have what he wants, but Misha has to must eat many much things. I am going to have Bingle get some seep. Oh, and just like any other living thing, they poo. Well, better out than in. Gross indeed. And for that, we get chicken nuggies. What a great what a great prize for taking a dump. Also, ooh, Misha's ready to mutate. They seem to be stuck. Okay. They're shaking it around. You know, like, I want you to eat this. You will eat this. Yes. And they puked. See, this is exactly what I mean. And you don't want them to eat their barfed up food. It's not good for them. So now I'm going to have to get more bacteria in this dog's gut by shoving them full of more fries. And I think I just heard Bingle take another. Oh no, he left me an egg. Wow, looks like you found an unfertilized dog egg. I don't have 2 dogs to, Actually, yes, I do. But they wouldn't be very interesting because they're both very default. So we're gonna pupate this guy. Or gal. Wobbledogs don't really have genders. I guess that's like, they're like Chow, in the fact that like, yeah, Chow can breed, but there's no real gender to any of them. And their breeding isn't even like really breeding in the traditional sense, they just kind of nuzzle noses and then magic happens. God, I wish it was that easy in real life. Bingle's digging again. And yeah, you do want to clean these up because your dogs can slip, and it's not good for them. Don't neglect your pets or your more poos. Don't neglect animals of any sort, whether they're your pets or not. This is a PSA from Phoenix Feather Gaming. Treat your animals with respect. All animals. Because they didn't ask to be on this earth, and yet here they are. Be nice to them. How many more dirts do we need? Not many. Like 7, 8 more. And if you ever don't like having all these holes around, you can always clear them yourself, thankfully, for those of us who are aesthetically inclined. We also got a new gut from the very long French fries, and it kind of looks like French fries themselves, no? I hope everyone else who's watching this had a nice day. It's not that my day was bad. It's more, it was, a little discombobulated, so to say. I'm in college, so, not only am I thousands of dollars in debt, but I'm also really frazzled most of the time because keeping up with assignments and doing everything and getting everything in on time is sometimes kind of a doozy. I mean, I am an art student, and I know what people say about art students. Oh, there's another capsule. I know what people say about art students. You know, we're setting ourselves up to starve and that we won't get anywhere in life, but mostly I'm going to college just to say that I can, and that I did. Being the first person in my family to obtain a degree of any sort would be really neat. But I had a math test today, like my college math, and well, I apparently didn't get the memo that it was one of those tests you could take at home. So I live 10 minutes away from campus, in a city outside the other skirts of the city that the campus is in. And I went all the way to the testing center just for them basically to tell me, it's a take-home test, get out of here, fuck off. And then I drove all the way home, took the test. I passed, thankfully. I got like a 91 and a half, which for somebody who struggles with numbers like I do, I don't like numbers, and they don't like me either. That wasn't bad. It wasn't bad at all. So I also realized that the first videos on this channel are going to be relatively unprofessional. Mostly because I haven't used a window. No, I haven't used a window. What's a window? I haven't used a video editing software for a very long time. I have another channel. Nothing happens on that channel, by the way. So don't feel like you have to go there and see what's going on, because I'll tell you what's going on, a whole helping of nothing. And it's mostly filled with cringe from back when I did reaction videos in, like, the 2010s. So, but yeah, I haven't used a video editing software since I did reaction videos semi-frequently. And, I didn't even use a good video editing software. I just used Windows Movie Maker on my old dinosaur of a Windows 7 PC, who is known as Compy. Because, for some absurd reason, all of my tech ends up with a name. I don't know if that's completely and utterly insane to do, or if it's more common than I expect. But all my tech is named. The PC I'm using to record this right now, my Victus, is named Victoria, and she is the best laptop I've ever frickin' had. And I couldn't be more grateful that my college tuition allowed me to get a new laptop. The one before this was Tempest, also known as Tempe, because they were initially going to be a temporary laptop until one of my friends could help me out and buy another one, because the laptop before that just keeled over and died one day, as laptops tend to do, I guess, especially when they're like over 10 years old, like that one was. That one's name was Winston, later changed to Winifred, trans rights, I guess, for the laptop. I had a trans laptop, what a thought. And yeah, so initially it was just Tempe, but then I realized that the laptop I was ordering was a rinky-dink, itty-bitty tiny little laptop. Like, we're talking like itty-bitty tiny little ThinkPad, and I've had one of those, and for anybody who is coerced to get one of these because of how cheap they are compared to other laptops, here's a recommendation from me. Don't. Just don't. The one I had fan errors and would often boot up with an error and a very alarming beep beep noise. You know, if your laptop makes weird beeping noises while booting, that's just not a good sign. But it would give me a screen that said ventilation or fan error. And it would heat up to the point where, like, it would scorch my legs if that's where they were sitting. It was not fun. Don't feel tempted to get one of those rinky-dink little ThinkPads. They're not worth it. if you wanted, like, a good recommendation for, like, a business laptop, that's pretty much what I was running on before I could get a gaming one. Lenovo's are not the IdeaPads, not the tiny little ThinkPads. They're alright. I mean, the IdeaPads I had were originally my cousin's, and then they were mine. I tend to poach a lot of my cousin's tech. I know, terrible, right? But if you can get, like, a discount IdeaPad, it's probably good if you, like, want, if you just need an all-rounder to do your work. But if you want a gaming laptop, I couldn't recommend the HP Victus enough. It's just been... And maybe I'm completely biased because this is the first laptop I've ever had that didn't cry every time I tried to do something even remotely RAM-intensive on it. Oh hey, there's a tooth. Misha lost a tooth. They look so dumb when they flop down like that. Anyway, what was I saying? Oh yeah, the Victus is the first gaming laptop I've ever gotten. It's I even paid a little extra to have 32 gigabytes of RAM instead of the standard 16, and it's nice. I really do like it, and I can't eat or drink around it because I'm terrified I'm gonna get my greasy, grubby fingers all over it and ruin it. A lot of my laptops have gotten ruined due to me eating or drinking next to them, and here's another Phoenix Feather Gaming PSA. Don't eat or drink near your laptop. The crumbs get in the case, and terrible things happen when you spill things on your laptop. Either you'll short it out entirely, or you'll just get a bunk keyboard, and then you'll have to deal with using a USB keyboard, and it's very hard to lug around. It's just a pain, no matter who you are. But yeah. Anyway, even my phones are named. The one before this had a very weeby name because Japanese is fun. It was called Kuro Sakura, which means black sakura or black cherry blossom. If you're wondering why it had such a weeby name, well, the phone before it was just Sakura. So, of course, now I have a cuter phone and a better phone that once again doesn't cry whenever I try and do anything on it. Her name's Jolene. Don't ask. Her name's just Jolene. Deal with it. Even, like, I don't... Maybe you're one of the people who considers cars tech, but even the cars in my family get named. The one I had when I first moved to the city I live in now was Lizzie, and I believe they were an '01 Elantra? Hyundai Elantra, I think. And then there was an '03 Chevy Cavalier named Betsy, who was... I don't know why I'm referring to them like they're people. I guess this is the insanity part of it. You give something a name and then you act like they're alive. But the '03 Cavalier was just an amazing car. Really, it just put up with everything. It was a real trooper. And then one day it just got totaled, and that was that. But I can assure you, even if it didn't get totaled, I'm sure it would still be here, like right now. And right now, the car we have is a little rinky-dink '03 Sonata that is looking a little worse for wear, I'll admit. Some of the panels don't match, the tint is coming off the windows, it had to have its starter replaced, which cost quite a bit. Oh, did I get an achievement with that? But I've been petting them, haven't I? Or maybe I've just been too busy yapping. That's entirely possible. Oh, sorry about that. What was I saying? Oh yeah, cars. It was not as expensive as it could have been, because I had the part custom ordered for, like, what, $35 from a website. And then we had, like... I don't know, we just had a guy who knew what he was doing, and he replaced it, and everything's been fine since. Considering the situation we were in, we did not buy that car for very much, like, around $3,000. However, I would not recommend buying from a dealership. There's just a whole lot of hoops you have to jump through, and for less than satisfactory results. Another Phoenix Feather PSA. Sometimes buying cars that are not from a dealership is a worthwhile option. Don't forget that, like, ever. Can you eat that? I need you to eat it. Please eat it. Eat the french fry. Back on my old channel, I used to have 2 videos of some now gone pets. I had a tortoiseshell calico named Rena, who was my precious baby, and there's just a video of me trying to get her to eat a carrot, which a cat would never do. Ooh. Sorry, I have the hay fever is real. The pollen's starting to come out in full force where I live, and it's really annoying. I need some, like, Allegra yesterday. Also, don't think I didn't notice that. Got a little capsule. Soccer field. I have a lot of friends who are into soccer, or football, as it is. You know, I never got that. Why do Americans call American football, football? That's not the ball that you hit with your foot. Looks like they're getting longer. Not much has changed, though. They're just kind of flopped there. Well, now we know that, French fries, if you eat too many French fries, you'll get long. Don't try this in real life. You need a balanced diet in order to get any sort of growth. Yeah, we're just gonna roll with that. But yes, eat your vegetables. 4th Phoenix Feather Gaming PSA. Eat your freaking vegetables. You know, I'm probably going to make a PNG tuber-esque version of my mascot to sit in the corner as I'm talking about things. I do know how to do it. I was shown by a person. I don't want to call them my friend because they're not, but I'm not going to get into that on live Phoenix Feather Gaming because nobody wants to hear about friend drama. At least I wouldn't want to hear about it. If I were in a stream or just watching somebody play a cute little game like Wobbledogs and they just started going on about like, oh, such and such is a terrible person, I think I'd just click off. Like, I'm not a drama tuber, I'm not Keemstar, so if that's what you were hoping for when you clicked on this video, you're better off leaving now. What else has been going on in my life? Speaking of dogs, I am actually going to be getting my first dog ever soon. Of course, I'm not unfamiliar with them. They live in the house that is right next to me with my cousins and my aunt. And, my aunt's dog had 3 puppies, and they're all just the cutest little sausage links I think I've ever seen in my life. And I am going to get to keep the smallest one, the itty-bitty baby, the only girl in the litter, who I have named Callie, which is short for Callisto, because she has a white patch on the back of her neck that looks like a little crescent moon, and Callisto is a moon. Not our moon, obviously, but Jupiter's moon. One of them. One of the many moons. Many, many moons. Boy, early Wobbledogs gameplay just doesn't have a lot going for it, does it? I feel like I have to just yammer on about everything and anything to make any of this interesting. I promise it'll be a bit more interesting once I have other rooms and other dogs and other mutations. So if you're bored right now, sorry, but it gets better. Besides, Wobbledogs isn't going to be the only thing I play. I'm going to play, I have Slime Rancher, I have many curated Roblox games. I'm not going to become a Roblox, not a Roblox YouTuber, because, I don't want to deal with the types of people that watch Roblox like, exclusively. Nothing against them, I just don't want to be that. But I do like a generic cooking game on Roblox, and if anybody... Oh, hell, hold on. Looks like Bingle is building the dirt hut. Misha, you might want to get out of the way. Well, they're both in there now. Jungle food! Now we're getting somewhere. We can feed our dogs something that isn't carnival slop. Ain't that the pickled peach? We're just gonna put this over here because we can. And let's see what we got. We got bananas, which, are good. I think I'll put some down. Bananas. We got cut fruit, which is that, and, coconut. I like coconut. I like how it tastes. However, I do not care for... Oh! Shoot, Bingle, you're really just fixing to build. How are you not tired? Like, you need to come out and eat something, and maybe I'll just pet you. There are some dogs you can't pet, though. It makes them very unhappy. Because your dogs can have personality traits, and they'll show up around here in the corner. But that's a lot of dirt. Can you eat the dirt? I don't know why I'm asking this. I know you can eat the dirt. Eat the dirt. I love how it doesn't even give you a bacteria. It just says seriously. It's just dirt. It's dirt. Who doesn't love some good old-fashioned dirt? Wait a minute. Where's Misha then? Is he stuck behind the... I think he's stuck. So I'm going to, I'm gonna have to figure out how to get him out of there. This has never happened before. Can I do it from here? Can I store? Yes, I can, and then I'll just bring him out. Nope, that's Randy. Oh well, he can come out too. I would like Misha to try some babnyapnya. Babnyapnya. But, yeah, what I was saying before is, I do like generic cooking game on Roblox. I like running around and pretending like I'm actually doing something helpful. For example, cooking. There are other games that I play on there, like Cinema Rolls Cloudland. It's very cute. It's like, I mean, anything Sanrio is going to be just an explosion of cute, so sweet, it makes you need insulin for your eyeballs. But it's also just, it's very simple, and I feel like I don't want to attract a lot of the Roblox audience, if you get me. Especially because if you read the disclaimer, or listened to the disclaimer at the beginning of this video, this is not for kids. I like to say fuck a lot. I will teach your kids bad language. I'm not trying to be a bad influence, but I'm 23 and I'm not dumbing myself down for your kids' sakes, thanks. Another Phoenix Feather Gaming PSA. Actually monitor what your kids are watching, instead of just putting them in front of, like, I don't know, Cocomelon. Now, I'm not a parent. I can't necessarily say that I know best, because I don't have kids, and I'm never going to have kids. Sue me. But even things like YouTube Kids and, like, kid-oriented sites can still have questionable content. If you wanted a recommendation from me, I grew up on PBS Kids. There is a PBS Kids tablet app. If your kids are watching and you are hearing this, please get them off YouTube and make them go watch something that's actually good for their brain. Thank you. So yeah. Gee, what else has been going on in my life? Well, Easter's coming. I know that there are probably a lot of you who are like, Easter's a Christian holiday, who cares? But I'm not explicitly Christian, and I still like the day of bunnies and eggs and so much chocolate it could make you have a toothache. But if you, what do you mean they're getting old? We've only known them for For a short time. Bingle, no. And that's another thing you gotta get used to in this game. Your dogs don't last forever, unfortunately. Like, remember, there are only two things guaranteed in life, and that's death and taxes. Unless you're a wobble dog, then it's death and poop. Case in point. But yeah, in this game, your dogs will pass away at some point. And you can turn it off if you really don't want to deal with that, and I get it. Who wants to deal with these cute little creatures expiring? But I will tell you that having the cycle of life continue in this game is kind of important. There are things that you can only get due to the death of your wobble dogs, and if you turn it off, you kind of break the game a bit. I will tell you though that when they're dead, they're not dead forever most of the time. You can have them come back as ghosts. It's pretty cute. However, you do need a certain background and certain other things involved. Misha, you need to sleep. Or can I get you to dig? Can I get you to dig? Please dig. Good boy. See, as you can see, the green thing is not going up as much because he is considered a teen now. And like the old adage says, old dog, new tricks. Can you do it again? Sometimes whoever made the AI of this game, I'm pretty sure it was just like one guy who mostly made this game. Just a one-man powerhouse. Or one person. I don't really know if they were a guy or a gal or what have you. But I just love the way the dog AI is complete and utter nonsense. much like a dog in real life. And look, we now have a dog that really likes to dig. And see, occasionally you'll get capsules for having your dog dig. We got a dresser. Man, I wish buying furniture was that easy in real life. And now we have a new dog to play with genetics because he looks different. He looks terrified. He looks terrified of existing. Who hurt him? You also get one for negative reinforcement. Oh, hey, another capsule. But, I'd prefer not to have to scold my dogs unless they're, like, choking on their own food, I guess. An arcade cabinet? Oh, you could... It's a Wobbledogs arcade cabinet. You can play Wobbledogs while you play Wobbledogs. Wow, what a concept. Wobbledogs in my Wobbledogs. I need you to come out here because before I can pupate you, you need to eat more banana. You need to eat more banana. Please don't puke. Okay, thank you. I'm trying to get a long dog. There are genetic milestones in this game. Hello, egg. Well, I think there are genetic milestones in this game, like flat or wide or things like that. They get a little wilder as time goes on. But I think we'll get to the point where Misha is breedable and we'll have our first dog breeding session. And then I'll probably close off this episode. See, they're getting longer and bigger. So, like, if I put Misha right next to Bingle here, you can tell that he's a bit longer. They remind me of erasers when they're just pink like that. What? Are you moonwalking? Stop moonwalking! It's weird, you're not Michael Jackson. We also found out, yeah, this also helps with a Longson. We're just gonna, that's gonna be, I should've named him Longson. But, I didn't think about that. See, if you scold them, it's not really worth much when they're adults, because it takes forever to get them to do, like, anything when they're adults. I love how they just kind of flop around all over the place. Their bodies are like full of helium or something like that. Something that's lighter than air. Misha probably wants to sleep in his den, so I will tell him he can. They will sleep, even if you don't tell them to. I mean, they have some sort of free will. But sometimes it's just easier to fill up all their meters when you're, when you tell them to do it yourself. Well, you know what they say, if you... Oh, Bingle! Bingle, no! Bingle! Bingle Hop! No! No! And then... What? It's terrible! Their body parts just pop off! Oh, the doganity! Oh, it's terrible! Oh! Oh, well, I mean, they could have made it a whole lot more tragic. Like, I mean, you have to admit that's pretty gruesome for, it's pretty gruesome for a game like Wobbledogs, but it could have been a lot worse. I do need, I need Misha, when they're done, to come out and ingest the remains of their beloved friend. Because, yes, you can have them do that, and the morbidity continues. It's terrible. Come on, come eat the gummy-like body of your dead friend. At least it helps them inherit the bacteria. And, I'm trying to get them to eat all of it. I guess Randy can eat the rest. Because within every dog, or at least every Wobble Dog, inside is this thing called a dog core. And when you have it, you can crack it open and feed it to your other dogs. That does increase their lifespan, which is also pretty morbid. But for the first dog that ever dies in my saves, I memorialize them with their own tombstone. Rest in peace, Bingle Hop. You were a very good boy. Oh yeah, and the body's not the only thing they can eat. They can play around with the legs or the head or whatever makes them happier at this point in time. It's terrible. Oh, it's just terrible. And we also get a unique flora from dogs eating other dogs. I guess it really is a dog-eat-dog world out there. But, this game is equal parts cute and completely and just completely insane. We also got a new food dispenser, which, I will probably show next time. But we're gonna try and get Misha to adult stage, and then we're going to breed them and see what comes of it, and then we'll end the episode. I hope you guys have enjoyed this first episode of Phoenix Feather Gaming. If there are other games that you would like to see, you're free to suggest them. Do know that I am a bit visually impaired, so any games that require really good precise accuracy or depth perception, I may have trouble with. But I do have some other games planned. I got Slime Rancher, I got A Little to the Left, I got like mostly cozy, fun adventure games and stuff like that. And my friends, when they perhaps join me on this channel, might also bring some new gaming nonsense to the channel. Of course, I'll have to ask them and find out if they're good with being recorded and stuff like that, because another Phoenix PSA. Don't record your friends if they don't want to be recorded, you boobs. It's just not nice. Honestly, because Randy's in it, I don't want Randy dying yet, so I'm going to store him. And another thing you can do when your dogs are dying and if you don't want them to die, you can... Oh, see, I didn't realize Misha has a new personality trait. Peaceful. Easily forms positive connections with other dogs. He's a good boyo. Anyway, sorry, I got a little bit sidetracked. If your dogs are dying, you can just put them in storage inevitably, and infinitely. They won't die, is what I'm trying to say. You can keep them in there. You can keep them in there forever, if you wish. But, I only do that with dogs whose genes I really like to keep around. Because otherwise, it's, like I said, it's kind of, getting rid of the whole circle of life thing, and you kind of need that to happen. Not to be existential, but even if, things started not dying, rather, in real life, we'd have a lot of problems. The circle of life is important, as sad as it may be. We got a new room, we got a new pen! So, when we get more decorations from capsules and what have you, we'll decorate a new pen with a new theme. And here's a question for you guys. There are a lot of themes and a lot of decorations you can get in this game. I would like to leave it up to viewer suggestion as to what themes we should either decorate the pens to be, or how we should go about mutating our dogs. So if you want to see anything like specifically like a dark and spooky room, or a dog with 3 heads and 1 leg, we could hypothetically do that. So feel free to mention in the comments what you would like to see in that regard. I really like the music in this game. It's mostly unrelated, but I do. Especially the opening theme, the title theme it's called Chrysalis. And it's perhaps one of the happiest pieces of music I've ever had the pleasure of hearing. The OST in this game is very round and bubbly and chaotic, and it very much suits the weirdness that is the gameplay. So, eat the leg! Eat that leg! It's so terrible. Look, he's just kind of flopping around like... Oh, God. And you know, because I can, and I got some seeds, why don't we put some blue flowers in here? And we get an achievo for it. Plant a seed inside the earth. You guys ever seen the fucking Lorax movie? It is not good. It is not good. I'm sure any of you who were around in, like, early 2010s Tumblr when the game came out know just how unhinged people were about that one character who I refuse to name because, I don't know, I'd prefer to forget any of that ever happened. Jeez, look at all the that's a lot of bacteria. A whole heckin' lot. I wonder how long I've been recording for. I can only assume I'm recording. If I haven't been recording, well, we're gonna have a problem, aren't we? But, geez, it doesn't feel like that long. Maybe it has been, I'm not sure. Do you guys prefer long or short form content? Let me know. I'm not exactly making this channel because, like, oh, I want to get famous on the YouTubes. I'm mostly doing it to chronicle my adventures with video games and just things. Just have fun with it, you know? Trying to appease the YouTube algorithm, what I've learned from other friends who have tried to do such a thing, is just a type of hell I don't really want to inflict on myself, thanks. You can, unrelated, you can have them eat their own poo, but again, don't do that, don't neglect your pets. But yeah, not exactly here for the views and the money and the fame because I'm very well aware that I will be getting none of those. I don't really care. I'm just having fun, recording my trains of thought, putting it out there for my friends to see, playing video games. Life is good. Life is good, she says, looking at a gravestone. Also, I would like some suggestions for, like, video editing software and tricks I should learn, because No, then yeah, in the whole object of it, I really don't know much. Not at all. I mean, I was semi-good with Windows Movie Maker back in the day, but that wasn't hard to get a handle on, and it was really, really basic, so it's not really an achievement now, is it? Wow, look at this place! It's full of french fries and teeth and legs and... God, looks like my last nightmare. Oh! Misha's ready to pupate. Alright, guys, this is the moment of truth. Let's expel the dog. Have him eat some more Get back here! We're gonna have him eat more bubnamna. And, then we'll see how far the dog has longed. That's not a verb, but you know what I mean. Please don't puke. You're... Okay! That's entirely more than I was expecting you to eat. Alright. That cocoon is big. That's a big old cocoon. Alright. We're just waiting now. I guess if speeding up things could be caused by petting, then you might not be able to get them pet in time. But I do feel like they do take a while to marinate, for lack of a better word. Oh my God! Look at how long they are. That's a long boy. Aw, he's so long. Long! We got another room! Hooray! And we've learned that Cannon Lavo causes random mutations and dirt is dirt. So now we're going to dog breed. Hooray! We're gonna not you. Not you. We're gonna take you and we're gonna see what happens. So this is kind of like a minigame in and of itself. What is up with that one? That wasn't on the Punnett Square. I do like the fact that one of them just looks like a long proto. It's very cute. So I'm going to take... We're breeding for longness here. So we're going to take the longest, most interesting dogs and slam them together. So let's try this. And sometimes you see some pretty wild things, especially when this simulation stability gets down to lower numbers. I do want to see if we can keep the spots. I'd love a dog with a new pattern. That'd be good. Trying to see which ones are the longest, and it looks like we're going to go with... Well, that guy's pretty long. As you can see, less dogs have been created. The more different your dogs that you crossbreed together are, the smaller the litters get. Oh my God. Long. That one's kind of got a bit of a mutation there. That one's got square eyeballs. But the litters are getting kind of small, so we're going to leave out the default DNA. Nope, I don't want to do resultant. We're going to take this one and this one and hopefully put some stability back into things. You want to get this simulation stability as low as physically possible if you want interesting dogs. So now we're just going with these crazed Colby Jack sticks. Stability keeps going down. That one looks like a rabbit. I have a friend who really likes rabbits. I think they would enjoy how rabbit like that one looks. Oh boy, we're starting to drop pretty quickly now. We're gonna go with that one because I like the patterns, and this one. We're starting to get more dogs now, though, because they're more similar. I Guess we'll go for these two spotty-dotty ones. Actually, that one's not even really spotted. Looks kind of like an arcade carpet. I like it. And they are very jumpy. Woof, woof, woof. Oh boy, they get longer and longer every time. It's 69, nice. Barf, barf, barf! That's what they sound like. Let me select. Thank you. Litters are getting small again, and the music's starting to all over the place. Alright, we're gonna have to really go for more stability here. So, this one and this one. It is possible that... Okay, one more dog than usual. It's, we're starting to get a little unstable now. This one. And this one. Ooh, down to 3. Gonna go with the most similar looking ones. There we go, more dogs. One of the achievements is to get a dog specifically missing its front left leg, and this is notoriously difficult to do. So I tend to keep a lookout because they can start losing legs once things get down this far. That one really looks like an arcade carpet. I like the pattern diversity we're getting here. Oh boy, 0 stability. Things are gonna start getting weird. Look at how long these things are! Warf! You also get an achievement for breeding past 0, and some people have trouble doing that. I tend to not. We're probably gonna get our resultant here. No, we're not. Okay, things are continuing to get strange. I love the little square eyes. They remind me of cheese. They really do remind me of cheese. Aw, that one, is that one sleepy? Okay, I was gonna keep him if he had, like, that natural closed eyes. Is this our resultant? Nope. We have one more go, and then we get our resultant. They have weird ears. Oh my god, their ears are starting to change. They look like little horns. The music has gone very wobbly. Guys, the dogs are wobbling. God, we're just gonna keep going, huh? How weird are we gonna get? Oh, I love that one's ears. They look like antlers. Oh, I love that. Honestly, I think we're gonna pick him. I like his ears. And now we must sequence. Beep, boop, 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 beep, boop, 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 boop. So, I'm going to show you how dog breeding works in the world of Wobbledogs. The reason that we get eggs that are fertilized are not from the normal how do you do, no. But they result from a robot dog, mind you. So the idea is, you take the 2 dogs, take them, here comes the egg. And now, smush. Don't worry, they're not hurt by this. They are fine, it's just particularly violent. Now we get our egg! Alright, we are going to hatch this egg next time on Phoenix Feather Gaming. Thank you so much for watching. Feel free to leave your comments and stuff down below. And if you liked my ramblings... Oh, let's get these first. If you liked my ramblings, please leave a like, or even subscribe if you feel like you want to. Thank you guys very much for watching. Let's save our game. And I will meet you next time on Phoenix Feather Gaming. Bye, everybody!